In a small, forgotten town where the sky always seemed a little grayer than it should, lived a boy named Eli Turner. He was 15, thin as a stick, and carried in his eyes the kind of sadness you only see in people who have already faced too much. His father had left when he was 8, and his mother worked 2 jobs just to keep food on the table. Eli wasn't popular. He wasn't athletic, and he wasn't particularly gifted, at least not in the ways that people noticed. But Eli had one thing no one else around him did. He thought deeply. He questioned everything: the stars, his life, and the reason people hurt each other. Every morning before school, Eli would sit on the edge of his small bed, staring at the cracked window pane. His room was silent except for the ticking clock on the wall. And one morning, in that silence, a thought came to him, a simple thought that would change everything. Greater than. What if my life isn't something that happens to me? What if it's something I can build? It sounded ridiculous, almost childish. But Eli couldn't shake it off. He carried that thought with him to school, to the bus stop, even to the cafeteria where he usually ate alone. That night, as he lay in bed listening to the wind outside, he whispered to himself, greater than if a thought can break me. Maybe a thought can save me too. The next morning, Eli did something strange. Instead of complaining about the cold or his old sneakers, he decided to think differently. He looked in the mirror and said, I'm going to be someone who tries, no matter what. Just that. A decision, nothing more. At school, when his teacher called him to solve a math problem, he didn't panic like usual. He walked up to the board, heart pounding, and tried. He got it wrong, but his teacher smiled. Greater than good effort. Eli. That's how you learn. For the first time. The laughter from the back of the class didn't hurt as much. That night, he felt something he hadn't in years. A spark of control. He realized his thoughts weren't just feelings in his head, they were choices. And those choices could shape his world. A week passed. Then a month. Eli's thought experiment turned into a habit. He began to change his inner language. I can't became, I'll try. No one cares became, I'll care first. I'm not enough became, I'm growing. Little by little, his outer world began to reflect his inner one. He helped a shy new student find her class. He picked up litter on the playground without anyone asking. He even started tutoring a younger kid who struggled with reading. People started to notice him not as the quiet boy who sat alone, but as the one who made others feel seen. But not everyone liked this new Eli. Some kids thought he was trying too hard. Others mocked him. And one day, when a group of bullies cornered him behind the gym, one sneered. Greater than what are you trying to prove, Turner? You're still a loser. Eli froze for a moment. His old thoughts, fear, shame, anger rushed back. But then, that small voice inside whispered, greater than no one can define you but your thoughts. He looked at them and said calmly, greater than you can think whatever you want. I'm not here to prove anything. I'm here to be better than I was yesterday. And he walked away. That night, he cried, but not out of weakness, out of release. He realized how strong he had become. By the time Eli was 17, everything about him had changed, not because the world suddenly got kinder, but because he stopped waiting for it to. He started a small online journal called The Thought That Changed My Life. He wrote short entries about gratitude, hope, and small daily victories. At first, no one read them. But after a few months, one post went viral. Asterisk greater than every great change begins not with a step, but with a single thought, I can do better than this. Asterisk people from all over the world began writing to him, students, adults, even teachers telling him how that one line had inspired them. Asterisk Eli didn't know it. But his little thought, born in a small, broken room, was starting to heal others too. 10 years passed. Eli Turner was no longer the lonely boy from the gray town. He had become a motivational speaker, traveling across schools and communities, sharing his story. Asterisk one evening, he returned to his old school to give a talk. The same cracked window still overlooked the courtyard. The same clock ticked on the wall. Asterisk, he stood before the student kids who looked just like he once didn't, said, asterisk, greater than when I was your age, I thought I was powerless. But then I realized the most powerful thing in the world is a thought. Asterisk A. Thought of courage can defeat fear. Asterisk a thought of hope can defeat despair. Asterisk a thought of love can change a heart, and a single thought of belief can change your life. Asterisk as he spoke, a quiet boy in the back raised his hand. Asterisk, sir, he asked, do you really think one thought can change everything? Eli smiled gently, greater than it did for me. Asterisk. That night, after the event, Eli sat in his car and looked up at the sky. The clouds had cleared, and for the first time in years, he could see the stars shining above the small town. He whispered to himself, greater than maybe the stars were always there. I just needed to look up, 'cause in the end, that's what his journey had taught him. Life doesn't change when the world changes. Life changes when your thoughts do.